Ah, hello. Welcome to stream. I can't believe it. It's a stream on youtube.com. AKA the best website. Not really. Can't really say that. How about no? What happened on Monday and Wednesday? Okay, so basically, I was working on my next video, which is a very important video and very special video. And I finished it. Yay! It's gonna come out next Thursday. And it's very cool. I'm very excited for you to see it, but it was a lot of work, so I needed the extra time to work on it. But yeah, it's okay because we're here now. We're alive. We're vibing. And yeah, we're just gonna have a little chill commission stream today. I'm gonna chat with chat, and we're gonna work on these very adorable commissions. We got one from Flaro as usual. Very, very adorable. It's a given at this point that Flaro always wants really adorable commissions. Let me just get my chat up properly so I can see you. Yeah. Hey, sorry to hear that, Riker. I hope you get better soon. But thank you for dropping by anyways. That's very nice of you. Get well soon. Okay. Yeah, so I basically, like, did all of the difficult part off stream already. That's because I realized when I try to, like, actually plan out the artwork on whilst streaming. I almost said gleichzeitig. I'm still in German mode from yesterday, I guess. I streamed on my German channel yesterday, if you didn't know. Oh my god, there's a fly. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry extreme tears everywhere. What was I saying? Yeah, I realized last time I did a commission stream and I was trying to, like, get the initial rough sketch down, I was struggling because I was trying to... Apparently I can't multitask as well as I thought. So I did the hard part off stream, so now pretty much all I have to do is well okay, so this is the rough sketch portion where I basically just if you don't know my process, I basically start by coming up with a rough idea. So I already deleted the... Wait, maybe I can undo. I deleted it recently. Yeah, here it is. I first come up with a rough thumbnail to basically come up with the idea, like the general idea of what the piece is gonna be. At this stage, I'll also figure out, like, the composition, you know, things like that. And then I create a rough sketch, which this is like an interpretation of this, but actually considering, like, anatomy and proportions and stuff like that, basically making it look good. So now I'm gonna move on to the second sketch stage, in which I make this very see-through, and I'm gonna go over this sketch with another sketch that is basically just a clean version of the one underneath. And then, if I were to create line art for that, then I would just take this this clean sketch, what I'm making right now, and I would literally trace, like, right over the top of it with my line art. Nobody asked, but yeah. For these commissions, I stop at the clean sketch phase, though. You know. Water. Okay. Considering considering all I have to do is tidy up the sketch, I should be able to chat with chat pretty easily at the same time. This is I don't like this thickness. I want it to be a little bit thinner. Yeah. So, how are you? I'm very okay. There's a fly. He's sitting on my monitor right now, rubbing his hands together. Menacingly. Which I find very rude and offensive. And extremely upsetting. Ah, new model update. I worked on it on Thursday for like an hour or two. It is getting there. It is getting somewhere. I'm basically on the hard part right now. I've rigged the eyes so the eyes open and close properly now. And I've rigged the mouth, so the mouth makes mouth movements. But now I need to rig the XYZ angles, which basically is literally just the parts where what happens when I move my head from side to side and up and down and stuff. And that is the most difficult part in my opinion. Because it's very difficult to take a 2D image and like try to create that 3D effect with it. Especially with like a furry character, like an animal with a long snoot. It's a lot easier with like a human character. So yeah, it is tough, but I think I've figured out I think I've figured out a couple techniques. Wait, this is the wrong color. I think I've figured out some techniques to make it look better than this current one. Like I know this one looks pretty decent. It's definitely I'm not like talking down about myself at all, don't worry. I still think it was a very good attempt for my very first attempt. But it has its issues, which is why I would like to make a new one. Yeah! All about that improvement. I mean, now that my main channel video is done, I can put a little bit more time into the model. I mean, all I have to do now is the XYZ. This fly is crawling on my face, like on the monitor. It's so annoying. What was I saying? All I really have to do is rig the XYZ angles and then do the physics. The physics is really easy in my opinion though. It's easy and fun. In my humble opinion. That stuff doesn't take that long. So yeah, it's actually pretty close to being done. It just depends on how long the angle rigging is gonna take. I really like can't estimate that right now. But yeah. That's life. What do you think about Flowbrush? I see a artist that does good with it. I've never heard of that. What is it? Like a program? Sounds like a program. I have not heard of it. So this is a Kigu. So I'm gonna draw this hair piece as like it's like an attachment to the hood. Yeah. And then I could put in some cute little stitches. Hello? Like that. Or maybe a bit Maybe a bit bigger? Nah, this is good. We good. Ah. Okay. Did I already ask how you are? I'm gonna ask again, how are you? I like noticed how much the feeling of achieving something affects my motivation and general like happiness. Because now that I've finished my main channel video, I like feel way more like energetic. It's so weird. I've been having a problem lately with yeah, I need this to be a bit brighter so I can actually see things. These are gonna be stitched on as well. I've been having this problem that I get tired at like 10 PM, despite waking up at 10 AM. And I get like so tired that I genuinely like can't do anything. I start getting tired at like 10 PM, so I can't do anything like any of my hobbies like drawing or playing a video game or something because I just can't like concentrate on it. So all I can do is like watch Adventure Time, and even then I'm like falling asleep halfway through it. It's really annoying. But like for the first time in like a week, I was actually feeling still like fairly energetic at like 1 AM. And I really wonder why that is. It could be the feeling of achievement that I was talking about. But it could also just be because I started working out again yesterday. Which sounds kind of contradictory, like you would think you would have less energy after exercising. But I don't know, I guess your body's like, yo, you're exercising, okay, let me give you like more energy. I also realized I put these arrows in the wrong direction, or did I? This is supposed to be a lichen rock. Yeah, the arrows are supposed to be facing down. Okay. We fixed it. Begone, fly. You disgrace me. Finally someone else watches Adventure Time. What do you mean, finally? I know so many people who watch it. I see like tons of people on my timeline, because I'm rewatching the whole series right now. And apparently a lot of people are right now as well. I think a lot of people are rewatching it because of Fiona and Cake, the new series. Yeah. Don't know anyone who watches it. That's wild. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't know anybody in real life who watches it. I only know people within the little rectangle in my hand. Never seen Adventure Time. It's really good, honestly. It's one of my favorite series. It's very odd. There's a lot of times you watch an episode and you're just like, what? Or like, why did the writers write it like this? But it's very worth the watch. It's nice. It has like so many episodes. But I don't know, it's kind of nice to like have something I can watch every night when I'm like too tired to do anything else. And once I'm finished watching every Adventure Time related thing, I think I'm gonna rewatch Regular Show. That's another show I watched when it came out that I never like finished it. I think I stopped around season 3. Wait, are there only 3 seasons? Let me Google that real quick. Don't tell me the answer. I'm Googling it already. By the time I've Googled it, no, my voice is hitting your ears. Okay, it's like 8 seasons. Yeah. Adventure Time also has 10 seasons. Some of them are a lot shorter than like a normal season, but some of them are also really long. But yeah. Weird show, but good. And yeah, I also really liked Adventure Time. I also really liked Regular Show, and I would like to finish watching that too. And after that, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking of rewatching Amazing World of Gumball as well, because I also never finished that. The problem with that series is that there's really no overarching plot. Like in Adventure Time, there's a little bit of a plot in the background. Like, you can mostly watch the episodes on their own without having seen the others, but there is still, like, this plot in the background. So it's a bit easier to keep track of where you are if you stop watching it for a while. But it happened to me so many times that I stopped watching Gumball for some reason, like, I was just too busy or whatever. And I try to go back to it, and I have no idea where I left off. So I just start somewhere, and I realize that I've seen all of these episodes already. I don't know. That's also a really good show, though. It's cool. There's that like era of cartoons was really cool. They really like got me back into animation, which is very cool. Also, Kusa has been a member for 2 months. Wow. Hi Chip, how did you sound like before? I don't know what that means, but yes. Okay. Yeah, there's another problem I have with Gumball is there's a lot of like amazing episodes, don't get me wrong, but there's also some episodes that I really don't like. And I like don't want to rewatch them, you know. I don't remember which ones though. One I do remember though is the one with the turtle. I hate that episode. With Adventure Time, I like almost every episode from it that I've seen so far, at least. Fly, can you go? You're not welcome here. The only episodes of Adventure Time I know I really don't like is the one where... Do you mind? Bro, already distracting me by vacuuming right outside the door. Yeah, I 100% agree that you should all watch She-Ra and Owl House. They're both amazing shows too. But yeah, I don't like. I really don't like the Adventure Time episode where Jake turns into like a weird like half baby. That one's really weird. What are you doing?
You know when you were a kid? You know when you were a kid and you were like alone in your room chilling, and then your mom just starts fucking Sorry.
It's okay.
Your mom starts freaking vacuuming, and she comes into your room and like bursts into your room and just starts vacuuming everything really angrily while you just sit there.
You mean what you just did to me?
Yeah. Just wanted to get a little like callback on that, you know.
Just wanted to get your revenge and take it out on somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
In your room.
I think only the slam got picked up.
Oh.
If only this fly would piss off as well. Yeah. It's got a point though. Especially like when you were like talking to your friends and your mom comes in and just starts like cleaning your room. Angrily. That was always so annoying. Finally got new earbuds. Amethyst. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that we never sent your earbuds back to you. The thing is, like, I'm sorry to spoil it, but I feel really bad about it, but, Andrew wanted to send you, like, some stuff. Like, not just the earbuds, but he wanted to make you, like a gift box and, like, send you more than just that, the earbuds. But he's the kind of person who, like, says stuff like that and then never actually does it. So that's why, like, first of all, the problem was that we didn't have a box, so I went out and bought a box, and now we have this box. But we still haven't done it. So yeah, I deeply apologize for that. Yeah, sorry for spoiling the surprise, but I also feel really bad that we're just, like, keeping your earbud that you accidentally left here, like, 2 months ago, hostage. Which is the perfect segue into my sponsor. I'm just kidding, I'm not sponsored by anybody. With like, wireless earbuds, it's always a thing. Because they never... Unless you spend, like, at least 200 on them, they're never good. At least to me. I'm kind of an audiophile, I guess. Like, if a pair of earbuds are low quality or, like, not amazing quality, then it bothers me so much. And I hate that, don't get me wrong. I highly recommend not, like, getting into good earphones, because it's gonna ruin your connection with any, like, budget headphone. Meanwhile, I'm drawing this eye for, like, the last 20 minutes. It's a good eye, though, isn't it? Look how pretty it is. Ah. There is, like, another earbud company that's kind of going around and, like, sponsoring people. I've only seen them once, and I already forgot the name of them. But I'm curious if they are better than Raycon. So I know Raycon is super popular, but I kind of don't believe that they... I'm like burning any possible bridge with this company right now. Don't know if that's a good idea, but I kind of don't believe that they sound that good. Ah. I mean, they're probably like fine. They're probably good for the price. But everyone is always like, yo, they're like amazing. They sound like crisp audio, amazing quality. Like, just like these completely crazy claims that are gonna be extremely difficult for wireless earbuds for like, how much are they? Like $70 to live up to? They're so bad. Oh. Extremely bassy, pretty weak quality build. Yeah, I think that's a very common thing with earbuds, unfortunately. They just crank up the bass insanely loud, and then people who don't know better are like, yo, they sound so good. They sound so good. And like, I don't know, it's fine, of course, if you like extreme bass and the kind of music you listen to sounds good with that, that's fine. But personally, I like my audio to sound like accurate, you know. I want to listen to music the way the person who made it intended. And not to sound like really pretentious or anything, but a lot of the music I listen to is like, I'm just gonna sound like extremely pretentious. It's more like complex than like the kind of stuff you hear on the radio, I guess. I don't mean complex as in like more intelligent. I just mean like they have specifically like more instruments, more like different things going on in the music. It's not just like, you know, here's nice sounding track and here's vocals. Like, again, that's totally fine. I listen to a lot of music like that too. But you know, when I'm listening to different genres, I wanna hear the song how the artist intended. Then with those like with those typical style of headphones, they're usually only like rap and pop sounds good on them. They're not really like built with other genres in mind, you know. Yeah. And I mean, the problem is that it's very hard to get really good quality audio with wireless, like without wires. And that's just a fact, and that's why you have to spend a lot if you want like accurate sounding earbuds, wireless earbuds. And that's why I don't have any, and that's why I use wired headphones still. And I literally use like this really old HTC phone as like a Spotify machine because it has a headphone jack. And I really miss headphone jacks on phones. But like part of that is because okay, first of all, like I find using a dongle to like turn your USB-C into a headphone jack is a huge pain. Like having to carry that thing around. This tiny little cable that's gonna get lost really easy. But other than that, my phone, the USB-C is shaky, so so it's even worse. It's even worse for me. I can't use the dongle with headphones and like keep it in my pocket while I like walk without it like cutting out every so often. If I like move a little bit too much in one direction, it's gonna like yoink the dongle out and the music's just gonna like play over my speaker. I mean, it doesn't always play over my speaker, but you know what I mean. It's very annoying. So yeah, I have a really old phone that I use as a just for listening to music, just because it has a headphone jack. Yeah. I have a OnePlus 7 Pro. And I really like it because it has a camera that stays inside the front camera stays inside the phone until you open the camera up. And I really like that because I'm overly paranoid about being watched while I'm using my phone. I know it's silly. I know it's silly, but it just makes me it brings me comfort to not have this little camera like always looking at me, you know. I reinvented the Walkman. Dude, I've looked into getting like a modern MP3 player. The problem is I really want one that has internet connection so you can use Spotify. But at that point, you might as well just buy an old phone. Like, it's not really worth it for the price to get a dedicated device, a dedicated MP3 player that could also use the internet. You know? Fluffy. Fluffy, 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 fluffy. Just get a phone with a headphone jack. You act like that's so easy. There's really not. Unfortunately, there's really not many good options for modern phones with headphone jacks. I really wish, because I feel silly like having two devices. When I go outside and I want to listen to music and I take my Spotify machine and my phone, I feel a bit silly. I'd love to have just one device. But like, as far as I know, there's only like Asus phones that still have headphone jacks, which is like a gaming phone. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if those kinds of phones are really worth it. I don't play games on my phone. I don't really want to. And I also don't enjoy spending tons of money on phones either. Yeah. Like they're only hello, Fly? The only modern phones that still have headphone jacks are like really like off-brand. I don't know if off-brand is the right word. But you know, the kinds of phones that are like missing a lot of features, or they're just really expensive, or they like don't get updates. I don't know. Also, phones with hidden cameras are not a thing anymore. OnePlus stopped making those. Ah. Oh, it looks really nice. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Yeah. It didn't pop up on screen yet, but thank you very much for that super chat, Alex. I really appreciate that. Like, really, what the hell? Dude, I'm like running out of things to say to you. You know, I like... I'm probably like just still asleep. I never actually woke up. I'm just dreaming that somebody like comes into my stream, drops a massive donation and just says chicken burger and then leaves like a there's a really good saying for that. Like leaves into the sunset. Yes, thank you so much for that, dude. I really appreciate it if I haven't expressed that enough yet. You're a legend. Possibly the biggest legend who ever existed. Possibly. If you were to enter a legend competition, you would rank, like, extremely high. Yeah. Oh yeah, so this is based on a lichen rock. So I added these like spikies on the side of the Kigu. Excuse me, I'm still a little bit flabbergasted. Like that, and then the other one is like hidden behind them, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't really like fill out the details on this part, which I'm kind of regretting right now. Because right now I have to figure it out right now. So we got a cup. Should be a little bit more over here actually. No, am I drawing on the wrong layer? Oh no, I just wait. I just have both layers selected for some reason. That's the joy of working on an iPad. I just keep like accidentally clicking on stuff with my hand, and I don't realize it until it's too late. Dude, the fly wants to be on stream so bad. Okay, so I guess it would be like this porb. Yeah, I always wear a drawing glove, but it happens anyway, and I don't know why. Maybe the iPad screen is just a bit more sensitive than a typical tablet? I don't know. Okay. That's looking a bit too big though. How about more like this? Yeah. Yo, revamp skunks been over for 9 months. Oh my goodness. That's a long time. 9 months. Really digging your art, Aaron. Did I miss anything? Also, are there plans for any chip flick videos to come out soon? Great to see you again. Well, God, my brain is like not working. Have I got good news for you? There is in fact a new video coming out next Thursday. And it's a very important and special one. And yeah, I have a lot of other videos planned for like the rest of the year as well. So yeah. Thank you for another super chat, by the way, Alex. I really appreciate it. Chip, cooking stream when? Okay, so I was actually planning to do some cooking streams on my German channel. But I don't think you speak German, do you? I guess I could technically do cooking streams on this channel as well. I just don't know what I would do. Because the whole idea of doing it on my German channel is that I can cook, like, traditional German, dishes. And it's like interesting, because it's like, oh, English person cooks traditional German dish. Also, my kitchen is still not finished, so... Yo, thank you for becoming a member, by the way, Reed. Reed Kenma. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the Kato squad. And I hope you enjoy the emotes. The emoticons. The emotion icons. Can you make Flammkuchen? Isn't that, like, really easy? Oh, I guess if you make the dough yourself, that's an extra step. I was thinking, you know, like, schnitzel. I know that's not technically not German, but you know what I mean. And then maybe, like, with, like, Bratkartoffeln. You know. But, yeah, my kitchen is still, like, half built. Gotta go back to work. Have a great stream trip. No problem. Have a good work. What was I saying? Ah. Oh yeah, my kitchen is not half done, it's like 90% done. So basically, all I need is the kitchen countertop on the right side. And we have the counter. And it's currently residing in the living room. And all we really need to do is cut the holes in it for the sink and the stove, and then install it. Really not that hard. But we put it off for a very long time because we didn't have the drill. No, not the drill, the saw. One of my partner's family members had the saw, so we had to wait. We had to get the saw back, and then somebody borrowed the drill, and then we had to get the drill back when they were done with it. Now we have everything we need, so the only thing stopping us is procrastination. Yay. When two neurodivergent people live together, it's a miracle if anything gets done. I think I'm gonna Yeah, I'm getting like distracted by chat again and like autopilot drawing. I'll come back to it. In the meantime, I'll draw in the cup. It's a very big cup. Maybe I should make the cup smaller. It's kind of stepping into comically large territory. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good size. Yeah. Not like this. Yeah. Looking very cute and very adorable. I approve. How about like that? How about like that? Okay, so maybe the other paw is more like a blob. And then I guess the... I mean, maybe it's easier if I draw in the actual arm first, and then try to draw the sleeve. Fly, can you cease? Okay. I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna avoid the problem and deal with it later. Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, I think I'm gonna work more on my Vtuber model after stream. I really don't know how long it's gonna take though. Is it like part of me is thinking I can get it done within like 2 more hours, but I probably can't. Ah. Me when ah. Um, um. I still don't know why those take so long to show up. I thought I fixed it, but I guess I didn't. Anyway, thank you for the super chat, Jose. I really appreciate it. Also, how are you doing? Opinion on the SS Sniper Wolf situation. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know a whole lot about it. But obviously, like, as far as, like, showing somebody's, home location to, like, a bunch of your followers, just because you have, like, Twitter beef with them is pretty, obviously I don't agree with that. Yeah, I think, the thing is, YouTube has, like, always had this problem where they have, certain YouTubers or, like, people on their platform that they just don't, like, want to punish in any way when they like, they can get away with pretty much anything. And I don't know. I don't really know why. Probably because they bring in a lot of money for the platform. I don't know. Yeah, it sucks. This paw is way too small. Can't believe how little empathy people had for Jack. I legit saw people say, well, he had it coming. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think there's any good reason to dox somebody. Like, even if he was in the wrong, which he, as far as I know, he wasn't. But even if he was, that's still not an excuse to dox somebody. That's surprising though, because from my end, all I've seen is support for him. Obviously, of course, like, I see YouTube, like, ignoring the situation. But as far as, people, like, being supportive, pretty much all I've seen is people being like, yeah, this sucks, like, YouTube should do something about it. I haven't seen anybody say, like, you know, the opposite. Ah. Oh, and happy belated birthday, Doohickey Andy. I hope you had a good day. Ah. By the way, ah. I think I've drawn these arms, like, too long? There's something wrong with it. Yeah, the problem is there's a lot of channels on YouTube. These, like, almost like content farm channels of people who just make like reaction videos where they barely react and things like that. Like it's not just that channel. There's tons of them. And I don't know if they will ever like go away, because the kinds of people who watch those channels, they don't like care. They're just like they watch YouTube for a different reason why all of you watch YouTube, basically. They just see like, oh, funny looking video in my recommended. They watch it. They are probably mostly watching it for the content that is being reacted to, you know. And then they're like, okay, that was a good video. They don't really care about like, oh, I should go and find the original and support it. You know? So those kinds of channels, they're probably always gonna exist, unfortunately. NPC channels for NPCs, no offense. I mean, kinda like. I mean, you can debate the if the term NPC is like offensive, because I mean it's kind of dehumanizing. Let's be honest. But like, from I don't know, from like our perspective, people like that kind of do feel like NPCs. Yeah. That it's funny you mention the adding Subway surfers to half of the video and then re-uploading it, because I've heard people have done that with my content, which is especially mind-blowing because it's an animation. like I don't get it, but I also like sort of get it when it's a video of somebody like explaining something and then they put like gameplay footage on it in the background to like give you something to look at while the guy is like explaining something, you know. That's one thing. But like an animated video, it has to be ironic. I hope so. I hope it's just a show. I hope it's just a joke. Because like, why would you need? I mean that stuff is like so unhinged to the point where people are like making fun of it now. I've seen those TikToks where there's like literally 10 different videos on the screen. That it's like ironic, you know. Okay, I was just looking at my I was just looking at my refs. Ah. Most of your videos are less than 5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. It's I mean, that's just how it is on like on TikTok. Everybody's like fighting for your attention, and like if your attention is not grabbed within the first 5 seconds, you're just gonna skip it, you know? When you click on a YouTube video, of course you can skip it too, but people are a lot more like generous with like, okay, like I'm 5 seconds in, I'm not quite feeling it yet, but I'm gonna stick around for a little bit longer. You know, I might like let the video play in the background while I like scroll my recommended to see if there's anything more interesting. And then maybe it's gonna get more interesting within that time, and then I'm gonna stick around, you know? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about all of that stuff. I think I could never become a TikTok creator. Like, just for that reason. I want somebody to click on my video with the intent of, like, giving it a chance. And not, like, the other way around, like, they're watching my video and I have to, like, fight for their attention, you know? That's not the kind of content that I want to create. Personally. Okay, maybe now I can draw this other arm. About like that. Yeah, that makes a bit more sense. A little bit higher, like that. Yeah. I don't know, like, I make short form content, right? But it's still like fairly slow, I guess. Like, it takes a while to get to the punchline. I like the kind of humor that has a slow build up. I don't there's something kind of almost dystopian about people's desire to constantly like do stuff faster. Consume content faster, create content faster. Like, just chill. just chill. It's another thing that like really bothers me about like AI art. It's like, oh, you can make art way faster. You can make 10 images in one day, and it's like, why? What if I don't want to make 10 images in one day? You know, it's okay to like, it's okay if a piece of art takes a little while to make. I'd say it's even a good thing, you know? I like watching a show or something and like giving it time to brew in my brain and like think about it and like let it sink in what the contents I've just consumed. Let it sink in, let the story like play over in my head again and like think about how I feel about it before I go on to the next thing, you know? Ah. Yeah. Yeah, that's like one of my biggest issues with it as a whole, because on one hand, in general, being able to create things faster is a good thing, I guess. But at the same time, when you look at a piece of artwork that took Or if in my case, if you look at an animation that took me 50 hours to make, you can see that. You can see the 50 hours I spent. Not only that, but you can also see my 10 years of experience in that animation. And that's something that that AI art will never be able to replicate. Like it just it just makes pretty pictures. That's all it does. I think that's part of why I like watching YouTube more than I like watching TV. Or I like watching cartoons more than I like watching live action stuff. Because it feels more like human to me in a way. I know there's a lot of YouTube channels nowadays that are like that have like huge production teams and stuff. But there's also still almost maybe even mostly channels that are just run by like one person or like 1 to 3 people. And it just feels it feels like so like human, you know? It's like a guy, is this he just like me for real? Almost like, not to get like too parasocial or anything, but it's almost like a friend, you know? Whereas with a huge TV production, you almost there's just so much like going into it that you almost lose that. I think that's why I've always been more drawn to YouTube than more mainstream forms of media, I guess. Because I like it. I like stuff that's made by people like me. And I like that feeling that if I put my mind to it, I can create something like that as well. And hey, I did. Hey Nebula, how's it going? So this is supposed to be popcorn. And I also didn't take the time to actually, like, draw out how the popcorn is gonna look. And now I'm regretting it. But it's fine, because we can do that later. Ah. I don't recommend eating popcorn in bed, by the way. You're gonna get crumbs everywhere, and those crumbs are... you're gonna sleep on them, and it's gonna feel really gross. In this situation, though, they are supposed to be sitting on a couch, so it's a little bit better, I guess. Okay, so I kind of wanted to draw in the belly from Lycan Rock. And I'm gonna draw those. I'm gonna draw that in a thinner line because I like making my small details have thinner lines. I guess you wouldn't see the rest, okay. Okay. I'll never eat popcorn after throwing up from it. Oh my god. I am so sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's like going to the beach. You go to the beach once, you have sand in your house for the next year. Hate sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating. And the worst part, it gets everywhere. Also, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Bro, I keep forgetting that the FNAF movie is a thing. What do you mean? What do you mean you never expected me to make a Star Wars reference? I'm 25. Also, wait, when did I watch? I watched those movies for the first time when I was like 7 or something. Ah. Dude, when there was wars, and then there was stars, that was like mind-blowing. Well, guess what? I also like Lord of the Rings, so there. Yeah. Something something that like bothers me about FNAF content is that like, why do you think the Jedi are evil? I was just quoting the movie. Cause that's like my favorite line. I think that's the part with like with all the lava and stuff, and they're just talking, and then he's just like, from my point, like the dialogue in that movie just sounds like so clunky the entire way through, but that line is just such a perfect like encapsulation, where he's just like, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. It's so funny, dude. It's so funny. Anyway, yeah, so what bothers me about FNAF in general is like, isn't the original creator like super homophobic and stuff? Did everybody just like forget about that? Or is it like okay to consume FNAF media now? That's like a genuine question. Is it because he's like, he's like not part of it anymore? Like, does he not get any royalties from the series anymore? Like a genuine question, by the way. I'm not like accusing anybody of anything. I'm just like curious why people still consume FNAF media despite like what came out about the original creator. Because I have heard something about him not being involved with the series at all anymore, but I don't know how true that is. Because I'm sure, like, he probably still gets, like, royalties from it, right? Did I add stitches on these parts too? I don't know if that's gonna be overkill. No, that looks cute. That looks cute. I'll do that. Yeah, I guess it's easy for me to say as someone who's not really a FNAF fan and never was. But at the same time, if something like that comes out about the creator of something that I like, then I can't like see that piece of media in the same way anymore, you know? It like ruins it for me. Like that being said, if you do consume a piece of media that is not like benefiting that person and their views in any way, like I feel like that's fine. Like you're not really hurting anybody in that situation. I just don't personally get how you can still have a connection with it. I guess, if that makes sense. Um, this is wrong. Wait, is it? No, it's not wrong. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'll draw this character now. I kinda shot myself in the foot by making these lines different colors because I can barely see them. And this piece is especially adorable because they're both wearing kigus based on each other's species. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have brought up a vaguely political topic. Oops. The Kigo idea is so cute. It is! I'm not gonna take credit for it, though. It was specifically requested from the... what is it called? Commissionee? I'll just say client. But client sounds so, Client sounds so, formal. Clientele. I think it's commissionee, right? And commissioner is the one who's doing the work? Or is it the other, is it the other way around? Been watching some Twitch streamers recently and one of them sounds like Chip. Whomst. I haven't been compared to anybody since my voice changed. So I'm kinda interested. What? Yeah, I mean, client is technically the correct word, it just sounds really formal. My client requested that their character be dressed in an adorable kigu. Yeah. So, my final point on the matter. It is pretty easy as somebody who's, like, not affected to just be like, oh yeah, let's just respect that guy's, like, political leanings, you know. Unfortunately, certain people, certain beliefs and opinions harm others. And it's very, so as you can imagine, it's very difficult to just, like, respect that when it, like, directly harms you as a person, you know, or harms people like you. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna let's put that topic to rest for now, though. Who invented hormones? I just want to talk. Why do trans people get the automatic voice deepening and trans femmes don't get the reverse? True. But also, you get free boobs, so there's pros and cons to both. Yeah, also, what's really annoying about that is people don't understand how difficult it is to train your voice to sound different. It bothers me so much when people don't just respect somebody as, like, being a woman just because they think that they don't sound like one. It's like, on one hand, you know that a lot of cis women also sound that deep as well, right? And on the other hand, you know how hard it is to train your voice to sound more high pitched, right? I hope that they just don't know, and they're not just, like, being stupid. Well, yeah. I used to train my voice a bit, before I started hormones. But for me, it was always hard to, like... Because I was, like, still in the closet, you know? So it was always hard to find the time to do it where I wouldn't, like, be heard, you know? So that's one thing. Alongside the fact that even if you do it regularly, it's still extremely difficult. Especially without a trainer. Which is... not free. So yeah, please, if for some reason somebody is watching this who doesn't just respect people, regardless of how they sound, please stop. Why does my capture get so, like, laggy sometimes? Absolutely disgraceful. So in this case, I made this part, like, kind of overlap a bit, like an actual glaceon. So would there still be stitches? I guess technically there could still be stitches here. I don't know. I think it makes more sense if it's just like on top and maybe like, I guess, glued on. Oh yeah, I also don't want to like discourage anybody. That's another pro of being transfem, I guess. If you're trying to deepen your voice, you're gonna hit a wall eventually. Your voice can only go like so deep. And I guess the opposite is technically also true, but that wall is a lot like higher. So even if you have like a super deep voice, you can still like make it high pitched at like after it's gonna take a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but it is definitely possible. So you know, I don't want to discourage anybody if that's like I want to like I want to like encourage people to not feel bad about themselves if they don't sound like typically feminine, and at the same time not let you feel discouraged if that's something that you really want and you're like working towards. You know, both things can exist at the same time. People are allowed to want to sound stereotypically feminine or masculine, whilst at the same time we can agree that you don't have to in order to be the gender you are. Yay! It's that easy. Imagine acknowledging that multiple things can be true at the same time. Don't tell Twitter. Can't believe you turned me into a woman, Shipley. Listen. If you're a woman now and you didn't used to be before watching my video, that's not because of me, sis. That's you had that in you the whole time. My video might have been the catalyst, or like me in general, I guess, might have been the catalyst for discovering your true identity, but you would have discovered it eventually. That's all on you. Don't give me the credit. Turning you into a furry though, that might have been my fault, and I deeply apologize if so. Like I do kind of feel like being a furry is like partly something that like you can't control. Like I like not necessarily specifically being a furry, but like having this like this connection with animals, I guess. Like I was always that kid who wanted to be the cat when everybody played house, you know? Or like whenever we played Pokemon, I would want to be the Pokemon and not the trainer. And that was like long before I knew what a furry was, you know? But obviously, the difference is you can choose to like, you can choose whether or not you want to like have that label. And you never like have to be part of the community if you don't want to, even if you thought, even if you like genuinely like feel like an animal sometimes, you don't have to be part of the, you don't have to call yourself a furry. And that's the difference between, you know, being in a freaking fandom versus like having an actual identity. Yeah. All the interesting conversations happen when we do commission streams, I guess. Ah. So it's not normal to want to be the Pokemon? No, that's what I'm saying. It is normal. It's very normal. It's not typical, but it's normal. And that's why I love Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Dude, I was mind blown when those games came out. A, a Pokemon game where you can be the Pokemon? Yo. Why are you lagging so hard? Come on, bro. I didn't do this last time. SMH, my head. Another reason why Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is so great is that it's very easy to read read LGBT undertones like between you and your partner in the game. And the fact that like all of the characters are not like they're like they're Pokemon, right? So they're not like really obviously like, you know how a lot of cartoons. Why are you lagging so hard, bro? Oh hey, look. Oh hey. A lot of cartoons are like, there's like, oh, so here's the boy character and here's the girl character, and the girl character has like pink fur. It's like it has like an hourglass figure, massive eyelashes and stuff. And then with Pokemon, then like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, you do have those characters that are like more like stereotypically feminine, like Lopunny and Gardevoir in their team. But then you also have like Wigglytuff, who looks like technically looks feminine, but he's a guy. He's a dude. And like when you pick your main character who you're playing as, you know, the only gender differences when you pick if you're a boy or a girl is gonna be like, I don't know, if you're a Pikachu you have like a heart on your tail, but everything else is like the same. I think that's another reason why I was always so like drawn to that series. Also, hi Finn, how's it going? Very, very good music, I agree. The lag, I love it. I love lag. Like, somehow throughout that entire 8-hour stream, it didn't... I mean, it probably lagged occasionally, but it wasn't, like, this bad. So annoying. Off topic, but do you have any advice on drawing facial expressions? I don't know, because that's something that I personally still feel like I'm not that good at, and I do want to, like, be better at that. Personally, I found that, drawing in, like, you can kind of see it in the background here, that when I draw the eye, I also draw in, like, the eye socket. Like, this is not gonna get lined, this is just a guide. And that helps me to, like, place the eyebrows in a way where they're not gonna, like, overlap with the eyes too much, and they'll stay, like, natural, I guess. It also kind of helps me to like draw in the face shape, because I can, like, figure out a bit better where, like, the forehead goes out, you know, and then, like, this part of the face goes in, and then the cheeks go here, you know. I guess that's not technically that's not, like, super related to facial expressions in general, so apologies for that. I do want to take some time to improve my facial expression drawing abilities at some point, so I'll get back to you on that. Yeah. It's so wild how fast time goes by when I do these streams. It's already been 1 hour 40 minutes. Thank you so much for responding either way. You're welcome. Thank you for, like, asking for something specific. Like, I really don't mind being asked about, like, art advice, because I like helping people. But when people just ask, like, generally, like, hey, do you have any art advice? I never know what to say. Because there's just so many things you could say in that situation, you know? So it helps a lot when you have something specific that you want, you'd like some tips on. Have you seen the new Spider-Man? There's a new Spider-Man? Again? Also, no, I still haven't seen the first Spider-Verse. I kinda like don't care about superheroes. I know I still want to watch Spider-Verse, like, just from, like, the perspective of an animation fan, and I will at some point. But in terms of, like, keeping up with, like, Marvel and DC stuff, I'm just, like, not interested, honestly. I'm sorry. My deepest apologies. I almost, like, wish I was into, like, superhero stuff, just because so many people are. And I already struggle to, like, find stuff to, like, relate to other people on, or, like, I mean, people like you guys, it's not that hard, because we all have, like, really niche interests. But when I, like, talk to, like, like, hi dude, how's it going? What's the word? Not NPC, but, like, somebody who's into more, like, mainstream stuff. What is that called again? Oh, normie. Yeah, normie. Yeah, when I wanna like talk to normies, I never have anything to talk about. Like what do you guys talk about with your normie family members or friends? I need ideas. Like there's two things I wish I would be into: superhero stuff and and football. Food, dude, food is a really good, like an unironically a really good one. Like, you can talk about food with pretty much anybody for hours. That's a good one. Especially because I'm English. When people find that out, they're always like, "So, you went to football?" And I always have to, and I'm always like, I'm sorry, but no. And it's funny because my entire family is always is into football. I'm the only one who doesn't like football. Like, my mum was a massive football fan. Even my nan knows more about football than I do. And it just reminds me of that. It just reminds me of that IT Crowd episode where they, like, pretend to be into football and they get a ton of friends because of it. And it's it's true. It's true. Yeah. I hear that women's football is actually really interesting. I've heard that it also has a lot of issues like male football does, I guess. But it's a bit less like problematic. Like that's why I could never get into football, honestly. Like, part of it is like the whole like culture of it. If like you I've been to football stadiums multiple times. You go there, you sit down, you watch it, and then like when people score a goal, they like yell really loudly. I don't like that. It sounds so stupid when I say it out loud. But I don't like this like yelling and like getting really like mad when your team loses, or like yelling at the players and being like, "Why did you do that? Why did you do that?" Like, that's part of why I don't like it, and the other part is like the whole like capitalist perspective of it, I guess. Just because of like how much money goes into it and like what people do with that money. Just makes me extremely uncomfortable. It's very hard for me to like look past that and just see it as funny dudes kicking around the ball, you know. Ah. Zum. I've gotten a lot more done on this than I thought. I thought I would get more distracted. Hey, don't get me wrong, I'm getting very distracted, but... But yeah, I did make a video about football. I forgot about that. I also don't remember what I said about it. But I already know that it was very, like... joking and, like, sanitized, I guess you could say. I definitely didn't go into, like... So it's kind of messed up, like, what they do with the money and, like, the corruption. 99% sure I didn't talk about that stuff in that video. Though I don't know if I would ever, like, talk about my opinion like that in like a video outside of just, like, casually on stream. Because I wouldn't, I would rather not, like, make videos, about, like, I guess serious topics like that. Like corruption in sports. Without doing as much research as I can about it. And, yeah, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that, and I guess I don't, like, have the passion for that. Anyway. Does anyone have any upbeat topics to discuss? The drawing's looking really adorable so far. Thank you, Steven. I really appreciate it. Do you want to see how yours is looking so far? I have it open. But if you want it to be a surprise, that's also valid. Just talk away, nobody checks your sources anyway. Yeah, that's... You're right. You're right, unfortunately. Like... spreading, like, misinformation is always something that I've been, like, terrified of doing. Which is kind of funny considering how many people, like, in contrast, do not care. Also, I forgot this character has claws. I gotta figure out how that looks. Okay, yes, please. Here's how Stevens is looking so far. Still in the rough sketch phase, but yeah. Very adorable. Very adorable beans. Also, I just realized... Wait, no, okay. I thought it said 3,000 pixels. And I would have cried because it's supposed to be 4,000. Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't able to get it done in time for your partner's birthday. Usually I would have, like, made that effort, but I just got way too busy with the next video. I know you said it's fine, but I just wanted to mention that. Yes. Okay. Also, I guess I changed my line weight at some point because this is, like, way thinner than on the other one. But it's okay, I'll fix it later. I'm the king of fixing stuff later. We deal with it later. Yeah. Now that that video's done though, I'll be back to my usual streaming schedule. I think though I'm gonna stick to 2 streams per week rather than 3. I think 3 is a little overwhelming. Fly! Can you not do that? It went right in my face. But yeah, I think my main streaming days are gonna be not Wednesday. Not Wednesday. Monday and Friday. And then if I can't do either Monday or Friday for whatever reason, then I'll do a Wednesday stream. I think I'll try that out, and that's gonna become my streaming schedule. Yay! Yippee! I can no longer yippee. This is so sad. Also, I hate the fact that it's frickin' the 20th of October already. This month is going by, like, ridiculously fast, and it scares me. I'm gonna be in my late 20s soon. Oh yeah, so, this is a Glaceon Kigu, so I thought, like, what if there's, like, straps here, kinda like on a hoodie? And those are, like, the like, tassels from a Glaceon, like, these parts. It's just like a little bit of creativity, you know. Spending years on voice training so I can yippee. Oh my god. When your mom allows you to drink cola and play Fortnite? I would yippee as well, honestly. Although my mom wasn't the my mom wasn't the kind of mother who didn't let me drink cola. It was sugar-free cola. Don't get me wrong. We like very rarely got cola with sugar in it, but I was still allowed to drink cola. Also, it was like mostly cheap cola, but occasionally we got like branded cola or Pepsi, and it was like amazing. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Jose. I really appreciate it. It should show up in a second. Bro, it takes like a full minute. Okay. Okay, I know this topic is dead, but if you wish to understand the entire controversy regarding Scott, MatPat made a video explaining the nuances of it. Oh, I see. Okay. That sounds interesting. Thank you for the recommendation. There it is. Okay, have a nice day, dude. Remember when my mom let me drink cola for the first time? I felt like a big boy. Oh, that's funny. I don't remember the first time that my mom let me drink cola. I don't think she ever was like... I don't think I, as a kid, was ever like, Mother, I would like to drink cola. And she was like, no. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think I was drinking cola at like 3 years old either. But I don't remember there ever being a point where I was like, finally, I can drink cola and play Fortnite. I'll do that later. This fly is annoying me so much. You could say, it's bugging me. Ha! If I start a channel, should I use my real name? Probably not. I would highly recommend not doing that. That way, you, I mean, this is coming from someone who's, like, always been really paranoid about that stuff. And I know there are YouTubers who do use their real name and are fine. But I feel like, as a YouTuber, if you're gonna be a YouTuber, you wanna, like, keep as much privacy as you can. Or, like, keep it under control as much as you can. Yeah. I mean, I think this definitely needs a bit of tidying up. Which I'll probably do off stream. So I can fully concentrate on making it as adorable as possible. But it's definitely a good start, and I definitely got a lot more done than I thought I would. But yeah, I think I am gonna end, though. I'm gonna delete the entire website known as YouTube. But not before I thank Pyan for the frickin' massive super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry, I wish I could give more, but if I did, I would go without food for the 3rd time. You give me so much joy to... I think that I think that word is misspelled. During these times, I will always appreciate and love you for what you do. Okay, I really appreciate it, and that's incredibly sweet of you. I do have to say, it makes me extremely uncomfortable if you donate money to me when you can't like eat. Please don't do that. I will like actually like I will unironically ban you if you donate to me your like grocery budget. I'm serious. It makes me very uncomfortable. Like, I really appreciate the support, but it's incredibly important that you look after yourself first. And yeah, don't worry, I'm saving up. Okay, I trust you to be responsible with your finances. But like in general, look after yourself first. Only support if you have like extras that you're not gonna miss. I will survive. Don't worry. And you should survive as well. Okay. Thank you very much for stopping by, everybody. It was a lot of fun. We had some interesting chats today. And yeah, I really appreciate the support, and I hope you all have a very, very wonderful rest of your day. Also, very important, don't forget that